two things to do. One is just to tell you a little bit about ULP. ULP, there it is. Basically, it's unleashing leadership potential. And the higher purpose of ULP is very simple. It's basically is to really make sure that we grow, nurture leadership potential in people, just to get that spark and just ignite that spark and just make sure that we ignite it and that we just get it up and going, and more importantly, to drive ethical behavior. When ULP started, corruption, particularly in public domain, was just becoming a norm, literally a norm. You know, there was a brazen, and I got very worried that we as leaders, we have failed the younger generation. We need to make sure now that we give them an alternative role models, and that's why we did that. So let's just very quickly say what ULP means. U means unleashing, unleashing. And I really believe this, and I always tell the story. If you've never been in a circus, there's no more circus now. There's still circus. You know, when we were young, we used to be taken to a circus, yeah. You know? Yeah, and then you would see a big elephant, you know. It will come close to the end of the stage next to the public, you know, and you'll all run away thinking this elephant is going to jump and hurt you. But at that point where it will go back, that elephant. An elephant is a big animal. And it will do that. It will come there and it will all scream, and then it will go back right at a certain point. And you know why that happens? It's because that's how it's been trained. In fact, they leash it with the leash. And then that leash is exactly those couple of meters, and it will go for those couple of meters, and the leash will pull it back. And they'll do that 100 times until it's really, really ingrained in the memory of the elephant that the only walk I can take is up to here. From now onwards, I have to go back.
Because I was going to fetch, but
and it will do that all the time, and it will be ingrained in its mind. So, and then even if they take the leash out, then the leash is in the brain. And that's what we as black people particularly have been leashed by apartheid, and what we've been told when we're growing up, that you will not mount to anything. Thina sakhula futhi besinabogogo abavele bakushaye ngefaduku enhloko. Qinile le nhloko yakho. Abanye bakubiza ukuthi isidome, you know. And all those things leashes your mind. Are you with me? And even if you're now out of that, you are leashed. So our mission here is to unleash you. Tell your neighbor, you get unleashed, man. Come on. Get unleashed, man. Get unleashed. Whatever. Yeah. Some of us are unleashed by traumatic events that happen in our lives, you know, painful ones. Yesterday I was having a chat with one of the leaders, and was telling me how a young girl was a sex slave, and how it leashed her mind that she just couldn't cope at school, you know. And everybody didn't know that. So these traumatic events can leash your mind. So we want to unleash you, okay? That's what we've done for the last 12 years. Thank God we've had the privilege of doing that for many, many. Paul is one of them. We also, Chloe, can I tell this? Not only did we unleash her mind, we also unleash her into marriage, you know. She was one of the first mentees that we all got to her marriage, you know. It was conducted by ULP, you know. So that's great. And then the second part of this ULP is leadership. Now, the reason why I want to talk a little bit about that is because leadership matters. Leadership matters. Tell your neighbor, leadership matters. You know, everything rise and fall because of leadership. Everything. Leadership makes or break anything. Leadership makes or break an organization. Leadership makes or break companies. Leadership makes or break churches. Leadership makes or break countries. Leadership makes or break continent. Africa is not poor, but it's got poor leadership. I mean, we've got all the minerals that the world needs. We've got the most arable arable soil in the whole world needs. We can feed the entire globe. But because of poor leadership. So that is why our passion here is focused on leadership. And let me tell you, in life you must have your purpose, stick to it, and be passionate about it. We're focused on leadership. And a lot of other people focus on different things. But us, we're just very focused on leadership. And I like this program now. It's actually when I sent it to a friend of mine, he says, Unleash Mothers. And he said, go ahead, brother, unleash mothers. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So that's a second. I can talk about leadership. Leadership is my passion. But we focus on leadership. And I truly believe, that if this world was run by you guys, by you, we wouldn't be having these wars. We wouldn't be having all this corruption. I mean, I just look at in Congo now, the M23 and the kind of just devastation, raping of women and children. And just, if women were running this place, we wouldn't have this. Because you know the pain. So please rise up. We need you. We really need you to run these companies. And I believe that. Potential. Potential is critical. And I always tell this story, and I've told it also in my book, of Principal Mangele, who unleashed my potential. When I was doing from grade 0 to grade 6, Tina Sasizbizo standard to standard 4. I was an average student. Those days, Beganama reporter to Nyelwai, so Benimo assemblies. So many number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And about check with my figure number, my figure from number 70 onwards. Mala bizwange kamalago. Ufeli. So we are busy makama, ngizovela lagbo 50. Mafika kama uzute. Balbezeli kama ya angibache ukuthi ngivele lagbo. Until I went to KZN and there was a guy called Principal Manuel. This guy just focused on me as a person. I don't blame the teachers here because we were in classes here. I was in Katlehong at that time. We are like 120 in a class. How can you imagine a poor teacher? How can you manage that? So fortunately, there were smaller classes. And Principal Manuel just focused on me and did exactly that. He just told me, you can do better. And you can do more, Maurice. And he kept on saying, and stressed me, and focused on me, and didn't allow me to come with a shorty piece of work. He'll send me back. And if I've done my assignment and it's wrong, it's spend time and real making sure that I know you remember corrections, But that dedicated focus on me as a person changed me for the first time in my life when we were doing grade 7 there, which was standard 5, I remember very well. I was in the top 3 student. I was so surprised myself. The following year, where it's a standard 6, the standard 6 during our time was a big deal. And I was the top in the class for the first time in my life. From then, when I went to high school, I know I was already flying by that time. Academically, I always think, if I did not have Principal Mangele, where would I be? Probably would have been working as a laborer somewhere in Wadeville, and my potential would have been completely stifled. Are you with me? And that is why I am so passionate about that. So we have to unlock potential, unleash it, because right now we're losing so much talent. But even more important about this program, that's why when Chloe came with this program, I said, let's go up ahead. Because right now, 50% of the population of this world is losing your potential. Because what happened in the continent in which I am, 600 million people do not have primary energy, and I'm an energy guy. So it means they do not have heating light. So what does a young girl spend all her life going to collect wood, come and make fire? By the time it finishes about 12 o'clock, cook, doesn't go to school. So her potential is lost. And this world is just missing. It's missing women potential. So, and that is why the economy is not growing. That's why we do not have diversity of thoughts, wisdom, and things that can be done. So please, that is why we have to get the potential. And I hope this program is going to be historical in a sense that it's going to start a huge movement, which is already happening, by the way. So we're not part of, not doing anything new. But make sure that it really focuses on potential of women in a very dedicated way. And you are historically responsible. If you are here today, I'm charging you that this is your historical responsibility. Are you agreeing with me? Are you accepting the responsibility? Yeah, there you are.